Noon. Just making sure stream's live. Staying online. Bam! I see myself on the trading view. Just waiting for YouTube to get the stream going. All right, we're up on the tube too. Just adjust the microphone a little bit. Should be loud and clear. All right, guys. So sorry I hadn't been streaming past couple of days. I had resealing the roof, right? So there's a lot of banging and noises going around. It's not conducive to streaming or even taking a call inside the house. So we're back. Last couple of streams I was saying, we're going to see an infinite short squeeze in stocks and indices, and it's probably going to bring a risk on scenario in the crypto market. And we're seeing just that, right? Now, what's going on with this rally? Why did we kind of take a break here? I was trying to find the 61.8, something to interact with, and I'm not quite seeing it, right? Actually, before I don't want to do anything on this chart just yet. Let's go and set it for like a best stamp chart. And 240. We're kind of stalling out over here, right? Like the chart's taking a break. I don't see a clear reason for us to do so. I mean, there's that minor 786 over here. If we go up higher, right, but we're not quite at a 61.8. We're not quite at a 50 on terms of the big picture, right? Interestingly, right, we're holding the 38.2 on the larger swing, and if we zoom out, right, and we look over here, right, we're at an extension level, right, where there's a lot of overlap, right? 47,484, 46,417, and right here, right? So there's a lot of fib extensions that give us these levels. And these are almost like the same extension that I drew twice, maybe. Nope. Get rid of the other one. Right, so we're holding these levels that we want to see hold, right? So the way this is going to work when we start retracing back up, right, we want to find support at these previous fib levels, and I think what we're seeing now is a test, right? Is the chart's testing 46,964, right? If this holds, we expect to see continuation up into the 61.8, which is something that I'd like to see happen, right? If not, I think the trend break, I don't think this up leg is done retracing, right? I don't see a reason for it to, unless it was a 786. But that's really that's rare and uncommon, right? I think there's still more juice in this rally, right? At least a 49,610. That would be my point of reassessment. And I was saying, we could essentially rally up to 55,195 and still come back down, right? Which would be like a bear 61.8 retracement, which is completely normal, something we see time and time again. At this point, I do think 55,195 is the target. That's my consensus on BTC. Morning, Delilah. What's up, Derlin, dog? What's up, Huntsman? What's up, everybody? Thank you for all the love. I'm gonna make y'all miss me. Every time I don't stream for a couple of days, I get the good mornings and all the good vibes. So, the fact that we're holding this green fib and we're retesting the previous one, that looks good right now. Let's hop into ETH. I had mentioned, that this ETH quote-unquote price action was really reminiscent of what we saw previously on the trend break, right? We actually broke the resistance and started rallying up. going on in ETH, right? It's above that minor 61.8, right? Which still, if we take the trend break 61, which would be right here, right? The trend break retest, I still have my alert at 3609, right? 3600. And I still think that's our target. Right now we're holding above that 50% fib. That's still relatively bullish, right? So I think we could essentially stall out over here, market kind of taking a break, and then continue on up, right? Now this is going to mostly also rely on indices, right? We look at the ES. It cleared the 61.8. It's above the 786. And frankly, I still don't see a short entry. I don't want to interact with it between these lines. It's silly, right? Imagine shorting here because, oh, it's back at previous resistance, and then shorting here at the 61.8 blindly, and now we're underwater, right? So we don't want to do that. So I still think there's probably a little bit more room for 46.59 on the ES. And if we go to the daily, I think we saw something very similar back here in 2018. That was the initial dump, right? Where we are now, right? Where we are now is really different. Maybe, right? So we could be seeing something similar where we actually break back down to 43.72. So make sure you have some cash on hand for 43.72 to take another long trade, right? That would be really nice, actually. I'm going to go ahead and label that. That was my stop. Get the fuck out of calls. You'll see that alert. Alright, so buy calls 2018. And I've been saying for a few months that we're going to see something similar to 2018. Just the market repricing itself given inflation and all the other, recession possibilities, the curve, and especially that run-up that we had, right? We had this amazing run-up in the market post-COVID, and, right, like indices made 100%, and stocks went crazy, right? So we saw something similar happen in 2017, 2018, right? Not even 100%, but afterwards we saw the market really go sideways and correct itself. We're just going to call it reprice itself, right? So this right here was the repricing, and I expect something similar to happen now. And we just saw something, I expect something like that. Maybe you already saw it, right? Maybe you already saw it giving that initial pullback and then the secondary pullback. What's really interesting is in terms of duration, I think these are the longest consecutive downwards price action the stock market has had in a few years, right? It's 94 days. Let's take the actual swing high of that, which would put us right here. Some 90-something days on that 2018 crash, right? And here we had that's on the ES. The NQ looks a little different. So we'll come back to this theory because I'm mostly trading the QQQ, right? That's what I announced the calls in, just because tech is really clapped. Speaking of, let's hop into tech. You guys start showing me some tickers, whatever you want me to look at. I'll cover them. I'm almost done with my indices. So looking at tech, back to what I was saying, right, from this swing high down to the market bottom, I've had 117 consecutive down days, and 2018 was very similar. Is this 2018? Yeah. I mean, we had more down days on tech than we've had in a very long time, right? Before making a new high, so as this correction over, I'd like to assume that we've still have more room to run, right? More room for the upside trade because some of these stocks have not hit a 61.8. Interestingly, the NQ just did on the trend break. I thought it didn't. I guess it did. So yeah, it'd be interesting. It'd be good to see some kind of pullback today. Just like what we saw in the ES, right? Market takes a break. Maybe sells off to like 14,357. I just don't know if tech's gonna sell off that hard because of how sold off it already is, right? So what did 2018 do in terms post crash, right? This is 2020. There was no break. I don't think it was any break. Yeah, I was just basically bear trapping. It kind of wick down and come back up, right? Like you see these red candles and blue candle, red candle, green candle. And it goes up. And then here at the 61.8, there was a little fake out. Very insignificant up rally and kept going. And the reason I think we still have a lot of room to run on tech is you look at stocks like Facebook, right? We still don't have a proper 61.8 retrace for that swing, right? So I'm thinking this is where that impulse started. We still have to ring 272 before continuing down, right? All other swings are above, right? So I think this is where this impulse started, and we kind of have to ring it, right? So by doing that, I think indices can really go up. PayPal, same thing. They don't really have to, but historically, that's how markets work, right? Got to flush out the shorts, trap some longs. So we could stay bearish on tech, and by stocks being bearish because of the breadth, I think NQ can still make a new high, and that's kind of the trade I'm taking. Alrighty, got some requests from you guys. Let's cover. I'm gonna cover Aave. Am I saying that right? So, before I even dive in, I want to assess what happened here. Not quite. Here. 61.8. Alright, so this is going to be our continuation then. This will be our continuation, 61.8. And it's at, I just showed what happened previously, right? We could be doing something like this, where we continue back down, possibly head back down. Not we, but the chart. Possibly. It's at a 61.8. If I was to short it, this would probably be a level I'd want to try. It hasn't done like a secondary failure though, right? It did like a leading diagonal. It popped up. We should see something like this play out. We should see something like this play out and move to 234. And if that fails, that's when I would like hedge it. Try to short. The reason I'm not trading Aave is because I only get 20x on it. And it just feels like a waste of time, right? Like I prefer 100x. Alright. Luna. I updated Luna in Discord and on Twitter yesterday. And this chart has been of specific interest for me. Where do you even start on something like this? So I tweeted bottom. This is so funny. I tweeted bottom here. And I posted TradingView ID on it. And then I tweeted on bottom somewhere, I think on this candle, that one got stopped up. And I tweeted bottom on this candle and I freaking rocketed. So give you guys 3 consecutive entries on Luna. Really good ones. Show them publicly. And what do I see happening now? Why does this chart look different? got the best Luna charts. I'm not gonna chart it live. I'm gonna go ahead and just show you what I've already had. So yesterday it was at 108. I kind of update Luna when I have an update so very often in Discord. If anybody's interested, you got a Luna channel. It's kind of doing a parallel channel, right? Speaking of channels, and it was right at 108 yesterday, and that's kind of gives me an idea of where I need to start again. And give me a parallel channel. Let's do these guys. Alright, so looking at Luna, I was saying yesterday in Discord that we need to see this midline hold, right? This dotted blue line. And, 103 fib extension. It's actually a retracement at this point. We're in an extension. So the 103 fib level needs to hold, right? So that kind of sets us back into that above the channel midline. And I was thinking, what I posted in Discord, you probably get up to 128 and remain within the channel. Now, last time we saw something like this on the loon, it was back here. Forgive me, Lord. Boom. All right. So something like that, right? But the two rings were a little different. Never got to the top. It kind of got a little messy, right? It got real choppy. Now there we go. It's like it started getting choppy and dicey the longer it stayed within that channel, and it faked out a down move, right? And then rallied and got on with it. Now looking at this, right? Could we have had an entry when it broke below the channel midline? Close above that 50% retracement based on this last swing. So I do think if it stays above 103, then we can probably see 128. Would you mind looking at BTC USD? Hey, music, art, and trade 002. I started my stream with BTC, so I'd encourage you to kind of, when the stream's over, go back. It's actually the first chart I covered today. Let's look at LRC USDT. I'm not a fan of that high. I'm going to pick this one. It kind of looks like Aave, right? We checked it out earlier. It literally looks like Aave. Needs to continue above that 61.8. Right? What's different about Luna is it's actually at an all-time high today, right? Some of these charts are retracing back up, trying to break out of, looking at data, it was like an 11-month bear market, right? I think I'm going to do a video probably today or tomorrow on redefining bear markets and bull markets, because people have this misconception of what a bear market is. So I'm gonna do that. It'll be up on YouTube, so you guys that are not subscribed on YouTube, subscribe. If you're on TradingView, smash that like button, and the link tree should have a link to our YouTube. If it doesn't, just look up Coin OBS. So I'd like to see it break above 1.2674 to continue, right? That's resistance right now. If we're doing a larger retracement, then we go 1.5. This is where these get tricky, right? I think, and just like what I said about BTC, it could literally go to 55K and continue down. I think we could see something like that on LRC until it closes above 2.6286. I would not consider it like super bullish. Reason being, I'm going to show you guys. I don't know if y'all remember. You should be able to see the parallel now. If y'all remember this rally in 2018, 2019, 2020, 13,567, right? That, oh, we're going to the moon, we're going to 30K. No, we're not, right? I announced a short here. Like, we shorted this 13.5 at the top, right? And looking at this, you can't tell me there's no resemblance, right? I mean, y'all see it? Is it just me? If you see it, well, here, oh, now you should be able to see it better. You guys see that? I mean, at this point, I probably want to start shorting things when if alts do make it that high. All right. Let's look at AVAX. This daily chart looks good. Still not as good as Luna, right? Like, I think Luna is one of the few tokens that's at an all-time high today. What's up with this one? Cleared the minor 61 by stretch. I think 98.77. Ooh, actually I've got a better idea for this. I think I also only get 20x on this chart, man. It sucks. I'm gonna tie up capital to make a trade. I don't like doing that. Alright. What's going on here? Ooh, we got a double. That's what I was looking for. We have a double resistance, right? Double resistance coming up. What I mean by that is even before we had the swing, right? These fibs are pretty valid, right? And now we're seeing it retest. So I think it could get up to 100, and it needs to close above 100. If it doesn't close above 100, then it's probably gonna come back down, right? So that's resistance right now. EGLD. I see the Adam and Eve, right? So you got an Adam here and an Eve here. Does that really mean anything though? Huh? 61.8 again, 212, right? It's got to take out 212. Once you take out 212, maybe we get 261. YFI. Man, I remember the YFI people got so excited. They were so pumped. When the chart was pumping. So ecstatic, euphoric. Probably never took any profits. Okay. Really interesting development here. We're clearing 23,298. That's good. Think you can get up. I think if I'd hate to call that. I'm not gonna get that bullish on it. I think the next target's 28,081, $28,081. Let's look at AUD GPY. I don't usually trade forex, man. I really don't. I don't like central banks. I don't like central bankers. 2020, 2021. I feel like Forex traders did nothing. All their charts went floundering. They could have just bought Apple during the crash and made 10x. One click. Could have outperformed all Forex traders. You hear about Tesla during the crash. You would have outperformed all Forex traders. Probably hates me for saying that, but I don't care. I don't see anything. Maybe I do. Ooh, you know what these charts like? They like our scanner. I like Harmonics. I'm not seeing a Harmo. Yeah, man, I don't spend enough time looking at Forex charts, so I'm not going to make an assessment on this. It's just the only resistance I see right now is right here, right 94, and retesting 91 currently. And I'd even like, yeah, man. Sorry, I don't trade pips. GLCH. Right, Delilah. About the YFI people. Guys, if Delilah shows a chart, I'm not trying to show Delilah. It's probably gonna do something. I don't know where she finds her picks, but they're usually pretty spot on. Below is 61.8. Not a fan of those. You know, a lot of times you want to bet on the fastest horse, right? And the fastest horse has been Luna. And like, you know, some of my traders are like, hey, what about like Bcash or what about Litecoin? I'm like, hey, like I've been basically trading Luna for the last few months, not looking at anything else. Why are you not in it, right? So I'm not gonna name names. I love you all equally, but you know, when you see me focus on a chart and showing it a lot and trading it a lot, it's probably for good reason. I don't have an assessment on this, Delilah. I can't get it to do anything. Can't fib it right. I'm just trying to find, you know, support. I guess the support's at 37 cents. And it could run up to 52. Nothing super sexy about this chart, not for me. Alright, fam, I think I covered all y'all's charts. Hit me with some more if you don't have any more. Probably gonna turn around, look behind me, look at the market, see what it's actually done while I've been doing this. One trade, you know, closed most of today is AZN. They expire in 2 weeks. And we're like 120% up. It's just not rolling in the money. But being where indices are, right? I think it's at least make it a free play if you guys are still AZN. Take some profits. Lock in some profits while the market's in your favor. If you guys got into those U-Pros when I posted them, they expire tomorrow. Or 57s. We have 67. That's $10 in the money, right? So, yeah, that's all I gotta say. I'll cover FTM USD and then I'll call it a day. I heard there was some fun on Phantom. I don't really keep up with fundamentals or shows. Oh, man. What is this chart doing? What is this chart doing? It looks bearish as fuck. Excuse my French. It looks... it's got to clear 1.4. Right? If you don't get above that 1.4... and it's probably going to continue down. If it gets above 1.4, then the next spot is 1.6. I'm probably going to be inclined to take a short here. Ooh, Cooley coming in with theta, coming in hot. Chart that I've mentioned and traded and tweeted. Oh, this one looks interesting. Nah. So beat down. Maybe this gets up to 65 or 6. I don't know. Yeah. It's not like a. Usually, in something like this, I like trading the down extension. Right? This is what I like trading on a chart that's done something like that. Is it going to get there? Maybe eventually. Right? It has to cross 66 and maybe come back down, make a new low. That's the kind of stuff I like on if they're dumping. Like that's something we did on a stock. Right? We did on Lycycle, Lissy. You see that? That's what I like. Right? When it lines up, rings at 602, comes up, finds support. What is that chart you're looking at? LOCJ. I don't see it. I mean, I don't know if it has real reason to do that. I just don't see an entry for myself, right? It keeps posting a lower target. I guess probably, maybe it was right here. No comment. Okay, so I guess I do have a legitimate comment. Maybe I don't. Nope, staying away. I'm not going to mess with a chart that doesn't. Sometimes I see it, sometimes I don't, right? I'm not going to pretend like I can trade any chart. So I'm just stay away from that. Theta USDT. I only interact with the ones I can trade, right? So theta doing something interesting like much of the market is. You got the Adam and Eve, right? Adam is like a V and Eve is like a U. Doing some good old extensions on here. Held up yesterday on like one of these dips. I posted a long. I do think you're sub 50, right? Is this the 61.841? We could possibly be topping off, right? I think it has to do another strong push. And this is another token that's been in that like 11 month of a bear market, right? Like, so we're bound to see some kind of relief rally, and yeah. I mean, you can't say it hasn't been a bear market. It has, right? Just because it didn't get decimated doesn't mean it wasn't bearish. It's totally bearish, right? And this is what I want to highlight is that like the definition of a bear market should be bearish 61.8 continuations, right? So here we see one at $12, and then here we see another one at $9.70, right? And we can probably extend that because this is what I call pinning, right? It was pinned. Once again, $9 rejecting. Then we probably have another one here, right? $7. So when you see those continuations at a 61.8, that tells us that we're in a bear market. Here's another smaller one, right? And I don't know if you guys following around, if I'm doing this too fast. Here's another one, right? And so forth. So looking at something like theta, this should be a real test, right, for the market in general. If it's going to stay in this state of a 61.8 bearish continuation, okay, that's kind of what I'm going to end the stream with today. If the market's going to stay in the state of bearish 61.8 continuations, then we're going to see the 61.8 continuations continue down, right? And if we don't see that, if we see it start to break up and clear this next 61.8, right, and the next 61.8, right, then are we really still bearish, right? And ultimately, what sucks is that we've sold off so much, we've been in this quote-unquote bear market, is we could even see a mega rally to $10 on something like theta, and then still be in a bearish continuation. It's just doing that bigger cyclical retrace, just like what we saw in 2020 rally, right? Bam. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. For the sake of making us money, a lot of money, with very little clicks on good swing trades, I'm hopeful to see something like a move to 10.635, because then I can literally close out half my position on leverage and maybe open an equal size short on leverage and take the profits and go on vacation for a few months, right? Or maybe like buy a property and just fuck around, like you got free time when you get these big runs. So hopefully we're in for one of those big runs. If not, then we'll know shortly. We'll know soon. Guys, thank y'all for tuning in at today's stream. I will catch you again on Friday, most likely. Same time, same place. Have a great Wednesday. Have a great hump day. Get your hump on. And yeah, see you guys on Discord. Follow us on Twitter. Just click the link tree and click every link in that link tree.